Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. I'm here with another war video. So today we are going to be up against Pycb or Pycb 4N. Definitely in another language, so I'm definitely butchering that name, but whatever, I tried my best. So now in section 1 we are actually running backup. We're in tier 1 as well. Going into this war, we are 6-3 and I have 5 deaths, so we really don't want to die this war. We have 2 fights that we take in this war where the recording failed. I don't really know what was going on for my phone, but 2 recordings failed in a row. The other one happened to just be random gameplay that I thought was cool. So now we are going to be taking in the Magic and Warlock synergy with Guillotine. Section 2, we're also taking Path 6. And the plan for this war was for me to take Mojo boss. So going into Path 7 here, this guy, he had Scouter lens on, so he was able to send us the screenshot. I did the scouting, or sorry, no, someone else did the scouting for this one, and said that it was either an Iceman or a Havoc. And an excellent counter to both Iceman and Havoc is actually Warlock, because Warlock is immune to the Cold Snap. So here we're going to be buying up all of the 6-hour boosts, so that's 150 units. Try to keep track of all the boosts we use this war, by the way. It's a lot. So yeah, we actually did drop the sigils, so we're losing that the 20% XP bonus that you usually see when I boost up, but it's not there. So this node is Breakthrough, and there's not really anything to say about this fight. It's probably one of the easiest fights possible in Alliance War. All you really have to worry about is his shield. We transferred Bane there. I believe we're going to end the fight with an L2 here. Yeah, okay, we do. So very, very clean fight. So right here, there was 2 of us on this next node right here. So I go in here to check who this is. So you notice I go into the fight, and then right near it's gonna turn off, go to the next clip. So I actually did end up scouting that. And it could be one of 2 champs. It could be either Annihilus or Punisher 2099. But due to the fact that Annihilus is not a control champion, it actually can only be Punisher 2099. So I went in with Magic, by far the best option for this fight. I don't recall if I used a Power Start 1. I did use a Power Start 1, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. So that's smart. Definitely want to use Power Start 1 against this guy with Soft Shield on the node. Just to take care of him very easily. So at this point, right from the start of the war, I knew I was taking the Mojo boss, so I changed my suicides before war started to be, I have 1 point in Limber and 3 points in the bleed suicide, and then I put my extra points into increased health percentages, which we're actually going to change up later. But very, very safe fight with Magic. The only health we lost was at the very beginning of the fight from the bleed. So let's go into this next fight. I still have my Power Boost 1 up, so that's the end of the clip. I actually barely make it into this fight on time. I don't know if I even show my boost. Yeah, there was less than 3 seconds left on my Power Start 1 boost. So by the time I realized it was Magic, then I went in and there was 30 seconds left on my boost, and the guy that was on Path 7 with me went into the fight to take his screenshot so he could not realizing I'd done it already, and he almost made me waste the Power Start 1. So with Magic, what I really want to do here is power lock her before I start doing all of the Aegis. So now you're going to see the way that I play in this fight. So it's a very weird way to play with Magic, parry, heavying, and then trapping them in the corner. But I've actually been practicing it a lot, and it's a very safe method for taking a lot of fights. The only possible downside would be if they have resist activate and they parry you, but otherwise it's a very safe way to use Magic. This only works if the opponent has either 0, 1, or 2 points in Limber. Personally, I run 4 Limber. I'm not sure. It's either 3 or 4. So very safe fight here. Probably a really bad placement. I don't really see a reason to put Magic on this node, but I mean, I'll take it, right? So very, very safe fight. You'll notice that I'm intentionally keeping up the long distance relationship so I don't hit very hard. And the reason behind that is because I wanted to heal from the willpower as much as I possibly could. So there, unfortunately, I get a limbo activate. And if you just scroll back a tiny bit, you'll see just how close. Look at that limbo on me. If that limbo right there had expired, it would have regen me back about 15%. So I'd be at around like, no, at like 17%. So I would have been around like 90%, which kind of sucks, but that's all right, I guess. We won the fight 105-0. A long fight, of course, but I intentionally made it longer so I would have more health. So now we're going into this next fight. This is Dormammu on Aggression Fury. So at this point, this was only a few minutes after. So I decided to heal up Magic, and then I'm going to go in with another Power Start 1 boost. I actually had 7 out of 7 because I hadn't used them in like 3 or 4 wars, and then they'd popped up in the store once. So I decided to pop off another one. So now that it puts us down to 5. Very, very simple fight. Dormammu is a control champ, but as long as we stay aggressive, there's absolutely zero risk in this fight. So of course he did not cooperate. He started with a light attack, which I'm just not as consistent with the counter. And now here we're going to be going in and doing the regular magic style. But if you guys saw that, both of my power locks failed. Watch this right here. I go in for an SP2. Both of them fail. I get the power shield because that's guaranteed. But both of my power locks failed. Okay, so if you don't know the way magic works, every single time you throw a special 2, you have 2 chances to power lock the opponent. Each of them has an 85% chance to land. So what that means is if the 15% activates both times, meaning that both times power lock fails, then you don't power lock the opponent, but you still power drain them. And if you want to know the chances of any individual special 2 not power locking the opponent, it's roughly 2%. It's slightly more than 2%. So we just got really, really unlucky off the start. Luckily, he threw his L1 pretty easily. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have been in danger, but that's all right. Nice quick fight, 68 hits, and we still haven't taken a hit. So let's go into this next fight that we're taking in the clip. Of course, I still have my 6-hour boost up. Me being an idiot, I'm actually going to not keep my 6-hour boost up later. I take my fight 5 minutes after the boosts expire because I was being lazy. I was just chilling in the hot tub, like literally just sitting in there, and then I don't know why I never checked my phone, and then I checked back and it was 5 minutes after my boosts were gone. So this is debuff immune Colossus on paths. There are many champs that can take this fight. Guillotine is a very safe option. Of course you don't get your degeneration, but that just makes it a little longer, the fight. There's also limited immunity, and this is the node where it's the special armor ups. So every single time that you crit the opponent, you actually remove an armor up. So that was the only reason that we put the crit pre-fight on. It was just to make the fight a little faster by decreasing the number of armor ups. So now that we can inflict degeneration on the opponent, he's really going to melt really fast. Also in this fight, our only goal really was that we wanted to get our SP3 off to kill, because on the next node there's no Mega Red, and that is on no retreat. So if we want to burst that down, which normally the way you want to play no retreat is to try to burst it down, then that is what you should do. So here we get our special 3 off when he's at 2%. I did one more hit than I should have in hindsight, but it's alright because I won the fight. So we're finishing this off with a special 3. And then that is the end of this clip, I believe. Let's just wait for it to load out so I can make sure. Yeah, okay, so now we'll go into this next clip here, and this is against the Omega Red, of course. This is with Retreat, and we're taking in Guillotine. I believe that I'm going to use my crit pre-fight, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, that was with 2.5 hours left in my boost. Yeah, he's not a control champ, so I am going to use my crit pre-fight just to make it a little faster. There was also one more fight that I need guillotine for this war, and so I start with the start with the 100 combo, and I want to end the fight with a special 3 to get it for the next one as well. So here we are going to activate the lifesteal and the guaranteed crit. The lifesteal was just to heal up that very small percentage of health that is there. So pretty safe fight. No retreat. All you really got to worry about is a few specials maybe. But due to the fact that we actually have the Warlock synergy with Guillotine 2099, she's actually going to gain almost a full bar of power right off at the start of the fight, because the synergy is that when a champ is immune to a debuff and they gain it, they gain 70% of a bar of power. So there, I actually wasn't expecting myself to do that much damage, but it just happened that my 120 combo hit, so the 120th hit is a crit, happened right at the worst moment, so I almost didn't get my special 3 off. He was left at 1%, but luckily we did get it off, and now I'm going to pause. So let me just explain what's going on here. So if I go to the end of this clip, you guys are going to see me move up to Warlock. So right as we move, or no, we don't. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there though. So let's take a look at what's left in this map. So we have a Warlock and a Doom and a Domino in this section. The guy that took Doom came up and cleared it up like 2 hours after this, and then Mike actually got up and cleared it almost right away, within a half hour probably. And then there's this Domino, right? So we have this Domino on Safeguard and Kinetic Instigator, or Kinetic Reactor. I'm not sure which one it is. It's one of the two. And the best option for this fight in the game is Quake, but since Domino has that double medium, it can be a little awkward to do. I have taken this fight before with Quake, but we were told to use Warlock. So after Mike took it down, I went into this fight with Warlock, and I played flawlessly. I could literally not have played that fight better. There was multiple points in the fight where I hit entire 5-hit combos on defense of parries. So what you want to do in this fight is, the way to bypass Safeguard is to throw a special 2 to get the debuff on the opponent, and then just parry a lot to get your infections up, and the passive the passive damage is going to drain them away. So what I did is I actually ended up hitting him on the block, or hitting her on the block a lot when she wasn't lucky, in order to get my power up a lot. So I threw like 3 or 4 special 2s in this fight, and it was a very clean fight. The final hits were 97, or sorry, no, 97, not 107, 97 to 0. So I did not take a hit in this fight, and I walked out of the fight with, I'm not sure how much health. It was probably like 40% from all the block damage. But after that, I actually ended up taking another fight. So in order for me to show you about that fight, we're going to go back to this clip right here. So let's just wait until I scout the map. So where is the scouting? Yeah, so here's the scouting. I'm going to pause it right here. So you see that Mr. Sinister on the left side. So that is on the Stun Immune Unblockable Special 1 and Physical Resistance node. So I did end up taking that in War 8 with Guillotine, and it was a 60-hit fight. So what I did is, after taking that Warlock, someone had already taken down Claire and Ebony Maw. So I went right in and I took down the Sinister. It was a very, very clean fight. I played it perfectly, and it was 72 hits, because I'm not really sure why it was a difference. No, I actually don't know, but it was a 12-hit difference. It was 72-0, and I did not get hit in that fight. So that is going to be the end of my fights for now. And now we are going to be treated by a very, very skillful clip. So this is Node 53 Iron Man Infinity War with the enhanced power gain, and this is actually my my Alliance leader Run, who I've talked about before in my videos. And he has taken this fight now 3 times this season, and he's not died a single time. The way that you take this fight is, there's a synergy with Void and Vision, where against Avengers, you start with Fear of the Void. So Fear of the Void actually when it has Fear of the Void, is made up of 6 debuffs. And when you have 2 of the power gain reducing debuffs, Petrifies, which you can see right there on the far most left, it actually completely counters flow power gain. So all you really have to worry about is having 2 of those Petrifies up at once. And since you start the fight like that, it kind of takes the setting up part out of the really challenging part, excuse me, of a void fight. It just takes all the difficulty out. So now he is not really on pace to win this fight, but it's going to change pretty fast. So now he starts throwing some L1s. He's still at 98%, by the way, so he's really killing it in this fight. I've only watched this clip like twice, but he's making sure to keep track of the armors, baiting specials. He fully evades the L1 against the wall. Oh, he actually did block a hit, but that doesn't really matter. He nails the reparry there. That's exactly the way I fight Iron Man Infinity War, so well done. And he's actually just going to remove flow here and go for a heavy attack against the wall. He could have also fully evaded the heavy against the wall and then gone for heavy attack, but it honestly doesn't matter whatsoever. They do the exact same thing. So now he's in the last 23%, and now in the 16%, he is countering the power gain from flow, and he's countering the passive power gain that comes from the passive armor ups. So now that he has all these debuffs and the opponent has absolutely no way to get power, he's actually losing power every second. It's just the fight's over, right? So now he's just waiting for Iron Man Infinity War to take down, and he actually does get it. So congratulations to Run. That was an amazing fight. And yeah, now we're going to get back into my fight. So guys, what you have been waiting for this entire war, me taking a Mojo boss with magic. So heading into this, I decided that if I want to give myself the best chances, I have to completely redo my masteries for this one fight. So we've already used 300 units worth of boosts, and now we're at 4835. We'll see just how low we go after we redo our masteries. I can't imagine it being too low. We're going to put more points into greater vitality, and then we're going to max out block proficiency, because that's something you do a lot against a Mojo boss. So, and we're also going to max out willpower and the increased chance, or the increased percentages of regeneration, but we're not going to max salve because it actually doesn't matter here. So we're going to max recovery, and the only reason that we're really maxing willpower is for the little bit of extra healing it gives you from your bleed at the beginning of the fight from suicides. Excuse me. So now we only ended up spending like 20 units here, so it's honestly not worth even mentioning. I was considering putting a spot into Mystic Dispersion, but I ended up putting into Greater Vitality. So now that's level 7, just to give myself that little extra bit of health just in case. So let's go back into this fight. Now we'll boost up. We actually cleared this like really fast. So war starts at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is around 2:20 a.m. So at this point, I didn't really want to go to bed. I wasn't even doing arena. I was just working on my laptop and editing these videos, because that's how I have so many videos out for you guys today. But I'm going to fully boost up, so I use the higher level of every boost that I have. Unfortunately, there was no way at the time in the store to buy the attack bonus ones. We're going to throw on the higher level of the 2 Mystic boosts. These Mystic boosts, definitely unnecessary in this fight, as I'm going to show, but definitely nice to have as well. So we're just going in here. I checked the time. We have an advanced power boost 1. I actually did watch a clip from one of the guys in my alliance named Jer, and he showed himself soloing a Mojo boss. So I said, you know what? There's absolutely no reason I can't do that. So we're going forward. We're going to try to solo it. Unfortunately, we did not get Limbo right off the start of the fight. But luckily, we also did crit within our first 5 hits. He ends up finishing a combo against our shield twice in a row, which is very unfortunate. There, luckily, we have Limbo on one of the hits against our block, so we're going to regen back a little bit, but not too much. And Limbo is going to get a lot of health. There, I actually go for a normal intercept. I was feeling really, really confident. I don't know why. Maybe it was the fact that I'd already gone through 8 attacker kills and I hadn't gotten a hit. But for some reason, I was just full of energy at like 2:30 a.m. and I really want to do this. So you guys can see just the difference between the way I play now and the way I played last war. Like, it's crazy. I have so much confidence. So right there, I could have gone for a combo ender to get right into the special 2, but I actually went up for an extra intercept just to reset the combo so I could do another intercept against the wall. And there I actually went for another normal intercept. I don't know if you guys missed that, but it was pretty quick. We are going for some wall intercepts in this fight, but at this point with 15% left, I have over 60% of my health left. I just really think it's not worth it. We go for a regular intercept right there, nail an SP2. Now 4% left, I realize, okay, all I've got to do is use an L1. And we got the Mojo solo. That was amazing. We got the solo. That is only the second ever solo of a Mojo boss in Battleground 1 in my lines. Last one was War 9, and this one's War 10, so we're 2 in a row. That was an amazing war for me, and not only did I get my first Mojo boss solo on only my 3rd attempt, excuse me, but we also ended up taking home the victory here. Oh, also, I didn't take a single hit this fight. I think I added together all the hits in this war, and it was like 470 to 0, so definitely a very great fight. Of course, we took home the victory. It wasn't incredibly close, but it wasn't like a blowout. I think we beat them by two defender diversity and 2 defender diversity and 3 attack bonus, or like 4 attack bonus, I'm not sure. Either way, this is a clip I took about 15 minutes ago. All the rest of them are from hours ago. But this one is actually the updated leaderboard after everyone had gotten their points. So we're actually sitting right now at Master Rank 12, which sounds crazy because we were like 8 spots lower before this war started. But we had a great win. They almost didn't take down our Battleground 2 boss, actually. They took him down with about 10 minutes left. Leaving him up would have been awesome. Extra points for us. But that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Since we took home the victory, we're now 7-3 on the season, and I've died 5 times. So as of right now, we have caught up to our average on the goal. So 4 deaths in the first 5 wars. Really bad start. And then in the last 5 wars, we've only died once. So that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know a little bit of a longer video today, but it was probably my best video, or my best war ever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.